Dear brothers and sisters, Christ is risen. The Holy Church celebrates Pascha, and we are full of joy of the resurrection of Christ, which brings true life to every one of us. It gives us hope of our own resurrection, and we already feel it. However, for the whole world, this event didn't make much sense. We've celebrated Pascha and the world kept going. Okay, we have wars, we have all the agenda, we have all kinds of problems, all kinds of issues. The world is running. It has its own things we can read in the news, what's going on. And Pascha, maybe just some new, Orthodox celebrated Pascha. Okay, so for the world as a whole, it doesn't have much importance. And we'll see that even for the Christians, for the Orthodox Christians, very often Pascha is just time of, special celebration. We just have some special decoration in the church, we have this, we have that. We're supposed to have it because it's Pascha. Okay, it's over, it's gone, big meal, everybody's eating, drinking. Okay, finish. Pascha, finish. Okay, what's next? Let's prepare for what's next. Which also tells us that even us, the so-called Christians, Orthodox Christians, even us, we are far away from this living experience of the Lord and from the resurrection that is brought to us by Pascha. And there is one concept which can summarize all phenomena. Okay, because we are talking in the religious area. Okay, there is so many religions, it's so complicated. There is pantheism, Confucianism, all different kinds of paganism. There is Muslim different factions, and there are atheists. There are so many. It's so complicated. About the worldview, okay, you have different. You have modernist, you have postmodernist, you have post-post, you have liberalism, you have something else. Okay, philosophy. You can be with Heidegger, or you may be with Bergson or Wittgenstein. Okay, there are different, and a lot of people don't care about this at all. I mean, what religion, what Wittgenstein. Just live life to enjoy your life. Okay, just every day. Just don't even think about these things. Most of people are like that. So we can see it seems to be so versatile, okay, different things. But it all boils down to one thing, and it is called godlessness. Godlessness. And sometimes people think that is atheism. No. Godlessness is any lifestyle, doctrine, religion, philosophy, anything that doesn't live with the Lord, for the true Lord, including different types of heresies, this distorted Christianity, which doesn't want to follow the Holy Spirit and the holy tradition of the church, and wants to find some other way. This is also godlessness. So we can see that the whole world slipped into this godlessness. It's just different forms, different shapes and forms, but it's all one same thing. It could be different degree, okay? I'm not just saying black or white. No, it can be different degree, it can be worse, it can be better, but it's all godlessness. We live in the world of total godlessness, which becomes worse and worse. And we sometimes just don't want to see it, okay? Don't want to acknowledge that this is what it is. Because when we live as though there is no God, okay, this is godlessness. Okay, we live every day just routine. Okay, you don't have to be like big sinner, like ugly sinner. Just living every day just to enjoy, just have nice dinner, have nice entertainment, just go on. Okay, without God, without thinking about Lord, without changing our hearts, without having any asceticism in terms of breaking away from my old self and following the Lord and the gospel. This is godlessness. Okay, so we can say there is a practical godlessness and there is theoretical. Okay, theoretical is maybe some scholars, okay, some people who research theology, philosophy, okay, they become like Marxist or environmentalist or humanist or something else. Okay, they choose some form of thinking or religion, and they are serious about it. Okay, they know what they do, and it is against the Lord. It is far away from Him. It's making idols from something else. Okay, and it's against God. But most people, they don't even have that. They have what I call practical godlessness. Actually, it's not me who is talking about this. There is a professor. He wrote this book. He wrote it in the end of 19th century. So Professor Belyaev, Alexander Belyaev, professor of theology of the Moscow Theological Academy before the revolution. That was in the end of the 1800s and beginning of 1900s. And he analyzes all different kinds from ancient times, before Christ, ancient Greece, Rome, what kind of godlessness they had at that time. Okay, we can also say, well, it becomes worse. The Lord Himself said that, okay, there are most people, they choose the broad way, they don't follow the narrow way. And He was talking about corrupted and sinful generation, adulterous and sinful generation. But it was much better in those days than it's today. Okay, if we even look back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, we look at the movies and what people wrote, what people thought, what kind of relationships were between people in society. It was much better than today. Okay, people, they dedicated all their life to their job. Now, who is doing that? People are just looking for better opportunities, running back and forth. People in those days were much more loyal to their spouse, to their job, to whatever they've done. There were much more heroes. Okay, look back in the First World War, Second World War. People who died for their country. Okay, much more, not like now. I'm not saying that that was the right thing, but okay, people overall were different. There were heroes. There were people who were honest. There were people who were creating music. Okay, great composers. Do we have any today? Well, this only is garbage music, which is not music at all. When people laughed, they laughed. Okay, even we can see it. They laughed. They could die for that. It was different than now. So we can see how shallow people are. In those days, we read even about this relationship much more profound between people than nowadays. Just SMS, those smiles, okay, send to you, okay, finish. Relationship became shallow, people shallow. The internal world of people is full of garbage, or it's empty, okay, of anything so healthy. People can waste their time in those computer games or other crazy stuff. We can see that many things have changed, even just recent decades. The world is going somewhere like in the wrong direction, even despite all this so-called progress and those technological breakthroughs, new iPhones and stuff like that. This is nothing compared to what we lose. If we become like monkeys, we become like, I don't know, completely deprived of any image of God, become worse than animals in how we live, in what instincts we serve, then all those technologies is for no use. It's gonna make us more harm. So this is the reality that we're facing. And today I'm saying these things not to scare anyone, but just to remind all of you that we are different from this world. We should not associate ourselves with this world, with the way it lives and thinks, with the values of this world, with the lifestyle, with the manners, with how we behave, how we talk, how we dress. We don't have to also associate ourselves with this fallen and ugly and sinful world, which is the world of godlessness. All the movies that we watch. It's not about brave people. It's about people who think that they're gods. This is the image. You have to be like God. You will be God without true God. That is the temptation from the devil. And when we serve only ourselves, care only about our comfort, about our health, about our well-being, about our beauty, this is making ourselves an idol. It is idol worshipping. I'm not saying that we don't have to care about these things, but when this is the only content of our life, we are enemies of Christ. We become betrayers and we become godless, disbelief, infidel folk. May the Lord save us from all this delusion, from all these temptations. Help us to preserve our hearts, our souls, uncorrupted, undefiled by all the evil that is out there in this world. To heal whatever wounds we have through His resurrection, through the power of His resurrection, to enlighten us with His light, and to see that the so-called light of progress and civilization, so-called civilization, is darkness, is harmful and vainglorious proudness, which is madness. May the Lord help us and give us His blessing. Amen. Christ is risen. Indeed, He is risen.